If you're enjoying this Med Prep to Go Step 1 podcast, you can now get the content along with the content of the Crush Step 1 podcast ad-free in one bundle. Just go to medprep2go.com and find our new subscription podcast called Med Prep to Go Step 1 Bundle.
When the holidays start to feel a bit repetitive, reach for a Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry and put your twist on tradition. A bold cranberry and winter spice flavor fusion, Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry is a refreshing way to shake things up this sipping season. And only for a limited time. Sprite. Obey your thirst.
I know every operating system like the back of my hand.
I have 25 years of experience and have worked with several people from your company. I've been recognized for my passion. My team is everything.
LinkedIn delivers candidates who rise above the rest. With an up-to-date view into shared connections, skills, and interests you won't find anywhere else. See why 86% of small businesses who post a job on LinkedIn get a qualified candidate within a day. Post a job for free at linkedin.com/achieve. LinkedIn, your next great hire is here.
Every Who down in Who Newville liked the holidays a ton. But where to get great prices on gifts, they had no idea. None. They searched and they searched for great gifts under $25. Gifts for spouses and friends and even their toddlers. When suddenly one Who shouted, Walmart has what you want, knowing they have Lego, Tree Hut, and low prices to flaunt. So they enjoy the holiday season as Who's often do. Cheering and shouting, Walmart has incredible gifts. Who knew? Find gifts they'll love under $25 at Walmart.
Hi, I'm Dr. Raj, and welcome to the Med Prep to Go podcast. So what is our mission? It is to improve medical student wellness and reduce educational debt by providing high-quality USMLE question bank in online and audio format, by making medical education material available to study on the go. We strive to give you time back in your day to focus on your health and well-being. And like I said, I'm Dr. Raj. And hey, if you want to learn more about me, definitely check me out on my social media handles. And what do? I'm going to read 3 USMLE high-yield Step 1 questions. And you, of course, can go to our website to read the questions. It's medprep2go.com. And today, the topic is going to be embryology. And I gotta say, I'm super pumped because I always say embryo kind of goes under the radar. And there are certain things that they're going to ask that they're not going to ask a lot of esoteric things, but try to focus on things that are going to be very clinical. Why? Because we know Step 1's pass fail. Step 2 is now going to be the way to get that numerical score. So they want to do things that are going to be pretty clinical. So anyways, let's read the first question. This is a 7-month-old boy is brought to the pediatrician by his mother for concerns about constipation for 1 week. The mother states that she has started weaning him from breastfeeding and soft food was introduced last week. The mother reports that he also seems to have difficulty passing flatus, and she thinks his abdomen seems distended. X-rays of the abdomen demonstrate evidence of bowel obstruction. Lab tests are ordered, and the patient is admitted to the hospital. A colonoscopy is performed, and biopsies show aganglionic rectal layers. Which one of the following structures have the same embryonic origin as the structure causing the disease in this patient? Is it A, biliary gland epithelial layer, B, cornea, C, kidney, D, spleen, or E, thymus? So I think of this as a multiple part question. The first thing is, what is the diagnosis? And when I hear this vignette, I read this vignette, there's one thing that's going to be triple star high yield on your board. That's Hirschsprung's disease. You're not going to take Step 1 without answering one question with Hirschsprung's disease. So the answer here has to be what? B, cornea. So this patient has Hirschsprung's disease, which is the absence of ganglionic cells, most often in the rectosigmoid portion of the colon, but sometimes extending proximally to the sigmoid colon due to failure of neurocrest. Craniocaudal migration between 4 and 7 weeks of gestation. The cornea comes from the ectoderm, just like the neurocrest cells. So answer choice A, biliary gland epithelial layer, is incorrect. The epithelial layer of the gallbladder comes from the endoderm. Choice C, kidney, is incorrect. The kidney comes from the urogenital ridge of the mesoderm. Answer choice D, spleen, is incorrect. The spleen is believed to be of mesoderm origin. Choice E, thymus, is incorrect. The thymus originates from the endoderm. So, what is the key learning point here? Ectoderm is one of the embryonic germ layers that is responsible for differentiating into many body structures, which include the eyes, skin, nervous system, and exocrine glands. So I love this question for the board exam. So let's do another one. We have a 21-year-old man presents to the dermatologist for concerns about loss of skin pigmentation in a patchy distribution over the past 6 months. He denies itching or scaling of the lesions. He has type 1 diabetes, which is controlled with insulin therapy. Vital signs are within normal limits. Physical exam reveals well-defined depigmented macules on the skin that are coalescing into larger patches of pigment loss that are surrounded by normal skin. Under a Woods lamp, the depigmented areas emit a bright blue-white fluorescence. Which of the following structures has the same embryologic origin as the cells involved in this patient's disease process? So, I love this question for the boards, and I'm going to guarantee you're going to get it. So there's so many ways we can go with this. You got to first identify what are we describing in the skin lesions. Then, of course, talk about do we know those embryonic origin of the cells involved in that skin disease? So the answer choices are, is it going to be A, the adrenal cortex? Is it B, the parathyroid glands? C, spleen? D, sweat glands? Or E, thyroid glands? So what is this disease process we're describing? Vitiligo. This is vitiligo. So looking at the question, which of the following structures has the same embryonic origin as the cells involved in this disease process? Well, I'm going to say that in this case, the answer choice has to be D as in dog, sweat glands. All right, I know you guys got that one. The patient's physical exam is consistent with vitiligo. Yay me, I got that one. Which is an acquired disorder of pigmentation in which there is a loss of epidermal melanocytes. Melanocytes originate from neurocrest cells, which come from ectoderm. Of the answer choices, only the sweat glands are the only structures originating from what? Ectoderm. So I love this one. This is a classic, good question for embryology. Answer choice A, adrenal cortex, is incorrect. The adrenal cortex originates from the mesoderm. Choice B, parathyroid glands, is incorrect. The parathyroid glands originates from the endoderm. Choice C, spleen, is incorrect. The spleen originates from the mesoderm. Choice E, thyroid gland, is incorrect. Thyroid gland originates from the endoderm. So what is the key teaching point here? Vitiligo is an acquired disorder of depigmentation due to loss of epidermal melanocytes. The etiology of vitiligo is unknown, though vitiligo is associated with many autoimmune diseases. And that's a great clinical pearl down the line. You folks slam step 1 and are talking about step 2. And of course, that's what was the association with type 1 diabetes. There also seems to be genetic basis for this disease. Melanocytes and sweat glands both originate from ectoderm. So that's a good memorizing fact for your board exams.
Oh, Hilton stay. Your beds are soft and cozy. No lumpy couch, no stiff futon, no shower line at crack of dawn. Oh, Hilton stay, a holiday you're saving.
When you want holiday comfort you can count on, it matters where you stay. This season, enjoy spacious, comfortable rooms and friendly service when you book with Hilton instead. Hilton for the stay.
Building a portfolio with Fidelity Basket Portfolios is kind of like making a sandwich. It's as simple as picking your stocks and ETFs, sort of like your meats and other topics, and managing it as one big, juicy investment. Now that's pretty good. Learn more at fidelity.com/baskets. Investing involves risk, including risk of loss. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
So let's do our last question for this podcast. This is going to be a 28-year-old woman presents to her obstetrician for preconception counseling. She has been trying to conceive with her partner for the past 6 months without success. She reports regular menstrual cycles with a duration of 28 days. Past medical history is unremarkable, and she does not take any medications. Vital signs are within normal limits. Physical exam is unremarkable. She asked her physician about the timing and location of fertilization. What a very, very inquisitive patient. She wants to know exactly where fertilization is going to occur. All right. Which of the following locations is most typical site of fertilization? So another great question for the step one under embryology. So does the most typical site of fertilization would be in choice A, ampulla of the fallopian tubes. Ooh, I like that one. B, cervix, seems kind of odd. C, endometrium. D, ovary. Or E, uterine fundus. So I'm not even going to look at the answer choice here, but from when I took step one, and yes, that was quite a long time ago, I think ampulla of the fallopian tubes is going to be the correct answer. And yay, it is. So fertilization typically occurs in the ampulla of the fallopian tubes where spermatozoa meet the secondary oocyte after ovulation. Answer choice B, cervix, is incorrect. Fertilization does not occur in the cervix. It primarily serves as a passage for sperm to enter the uterus. Answer choice C, endometrium, is incorrect. The endometrium is the inner lining of the uterus where implantation of the fertilized ovum occurs, but fertilization itself does not occur here. Answer choice D, ovary, is incorrect. While ovulation occurs in the ovary, fertilization does not occur here. Answer choice E, the uterine fundus, is incorrect. The uterine fundus is the top portion of the uterus, and fertilization does not occur here. So what is going to be our key teaching point for this question? Fertilization occurs when the sperm enters the egg, usually in the ampulla of the fallopian tube. This is considered embryologic day 0, the gestational age of the embryologic age plus 14 days. So once again, the lesson is the gestational age is the embryologic age plus 14 days. I just want to make sure I said it correctly so you understand how do we calculate the gestational age. Okay? So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this Med Prep to Go Step 1 podcast. I really enjoyed reading these 3 embryology questions. I wish you guys all the best. And if you want to learn more about me, follow me on Instagram and LinkedIn. And I'm so embarrassed to say this, maybe even TikTok. Oh my God, I said it. And stay tuned for more questions.
Hi, everyone. This is Ted O'Connell. I just want to let you know that we have launched a Step 2 QBank podcast, very similar to our Step 1 QBank podcast. Each episode will have 3 questions so that you can study on the go. We are actively recording these and plan to release a new episode every 2 weeks. We're also launching a premium podcast bundle that will include ad-free access to USMLE Step 2 Secrets podcast, as well as early and ad-free access to all of our episodes from the Step 2 QBank podcast. So please go over to our website at medprep2go.com and check these out, or you can access them wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks so much.